I've used a lot of different voice recorders and transcription devices over the years, but never one quite like this. This is the PLAUD Note, a super compact, lightweight and portable transcriber and recording device. It's capable of recording meetings, voice memos, and even your phone calls using its unique array of internal mics. And the hardware and its companion app use generative AI to transcribe your recordings and convert them into super well organized, easy to digest summaries that can be referred back to at any time. They can be searched through, they can be mapped, and they can be exported for use in other apps. It also happens to be such a beautiful piece of tech to hold. Like, it is extremely small, extremely thin, extremely light, and there's just one button and one slider on this entire device that makes it all work. Now, while not everything with the PLAUD Note is perfect, after using it over the last month or so, I've got some thoughts on it, and hopefully this video will help you decide whether or not buying one is the right choice for you or not. So let's start at the beginning. PLAUD produces two different products at the time of this recording. This one here that I have, the PLAUD Note, which was launched back in mid-2023, and they also have their new PLAUD Note Pin, which was released last summer, 2024. Functionally, the pin's very similar to the Note, but it is a wearable device and more compact, whereas the Note is a standalone product that's either going to end up on your desk, in your pocket, or on the back of your phone. We'll talk more about that in a second. But regardless of which one you choose, both are really, really well built. They're super lightweight, easy to transport, and they come in 3 different colors. The only real difference other than form factor between these two is that the Note can do voice recording, which the Pin cannot. The PLAUD Note is basically the same size as a credit card. It's 0.12 inches thick and weighs only 1.04 ounces. Its mic array can capture recordings from up to 10 meters away, and its 64 gigabyte internal memory is good for about 30 hours of continuous recording. As far as battery life goes, like I said, I've had my PLAUD Note for almost a month, and I haven't had to charge it once since getting my hands on it and doing a ton of recordings and calls using it. So yeah, pretty incredible considering the form factor we're working with here. Now, in the box, the PLAUD Note comes with literally everything you need to get up and running straight away. You get all the documentation to learn how to use the device. You get a really well-made MagSafe case to store the PLAUD Note in, and it snaps onto the back of the phone. It also comes with a magnet with some 3M tape that can make this MagSafe case compatible with other non-MagSafe devices. There's also a USB-C charging cable with a proprietary connector for the PLAUD Note. I was up and running within minutes of getting it out of the box. You just download the companion app, sync it up, pair it up, and you're ready to go. It is super simple to get started. But while the Note seems like a simple device, the pairing of its hardware and the software companion app is what makes this product so powerful and useful. To start recording, you just hold the button down on the back of the PLAUD Note for a few seconds until the light goes red. Once you're finished with your meeting, your recording, press and hold the button again to end it. From there, the recording gets synced back into the PLAUD companion app. By default, this happens slowly over Bluetooth, but you can also activate an internal Wi-Fi hotspot for fast file transfers. There is so much happening in this little form factor, it's pretty wild. And as I mentioned, you can use the PLAUD Note to record your phone calls, which is also really cool and pretty crazy. To do so, you have to just put the PLAUD in the MagSafe case, secure it to the back of your phone, and ensure that the slider is pushed upright, where you can see the red marker showing. From there, you just start recording as you normally would using the PLAUD Note, take your phone call. It does this using 2 MEM microphones, which are electroacoustic transmitters, and that picks up what's coming through the speakers of the phone. And so far, it has been super accurate in picking up everything being discussed on my phone call meetings. Really, really impressive. Super simple to use. This is really cool. But regardless of what type of recording you create, once it's in the PLAUD app, that's where the magic really starts. Now, at the time of this recording, there are 5 different methods for analyzing your recordings in the PLAUD app. There's 2 autopilot modes, one for consulting, one for reporting, and one for open-ended discussion. I've only used, at this point, the reasoning autopilot summary method, and it has produced incredible results based on the context of my meetings. It's done exactly what needs to be done and framed out the summaries perfectly for the context that they have been in. The analysis can be done using either ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or the O3 Mini AI models, and once it's analyzed and summarized your recordings, You can then use AI to ask it questions. So you can pull out key details again so you can action them, or you can mind map the entire meeting for later brainstorming. But best of all the info can be exported out of the app so you can share it with colleagues after your meetings, use the audio recordings for, say, a podcast or a video, or you can take that full transcription out and use it for anything you like. And in case you're wondering, this is what the microphones actually produce. This is what the recordings actually sound like, straight out of the PLAUD, no filters, no editing, just raw recording quality. So who is the PLAUD Note for? Well, I think there's a ton of people and use cases that this device is perfect for. The PLAUD Note's basically become a staple piece of tech for me at my day job. It's almost completely replaced using my Remarkable for in-meeting note-taking. And when I don't have it on my desk doing my recordings for in-person or online meetings, I've got it snapped on the back of my iPhone with the MagSafe case in case I get a call from a client and can't take the notes while I'm on the go. But I could also see this device being perfect for students. You're in lecture, make sure you don't miss any key details, and then when you go to study, you can pull up all the information from that lecture, you can query it, and you never miss anything crucial. I know from, again, using my Remarkable for in-person note-taking during meetings in the past, sometimes you can't write fast enough to keep up with the flow of conversation, and you miss little things here and there. With the PLAUD Note, you're not going to do that anymore. Basically, if you're using a notebook or a tablet to capture your notes at this point, the PLAUD can probably replace that workflow for you and make it even better. Now, it's not perfect, nothing ever really is, so there's a few things worth noting if you are considering buying one of these for yourself. First, as I noted at the start of the video, the size of the PLAUD Note means it has this proprietary charging interface on it. So if you lose the included cable, you're gonna have to go back to PLAUD for another. You're not gonna find one of these cables on a store shelf anywhere. It's also not very long, so it can be tricky to charge your PLAUD on anything other than, say, your laptop. Next, although the feel of this included MagSafe case is really lovely, it is a pretty rigid material. So once you get the PLAUD secured inside it, it's really freaking hard to get it out again. Depending on your use case, this might not matter. You might just keep it snapped in to the back of your phone all the time. But again, I use this on my desk at work. So when I get there, if I want to have it there for meetings during the day, I take it out of the case, and it is a little bit of a struggle every time I do so. Not to say that the material in the case won't soften up over time and make it easier to do, but at least right now, a month into my use with the PLAUD Note, it's still a little bit of a challenge. And of course, we have to talk about the pricing of the PLAUD Note, because I think that's currently the biggest point of contention around this device online and in other reviews. So let's dive into it a little bit and see how it works out. So right now, the PLAUD Note is retailing for $159 US, which is about 220 Canadian dollars for myself and anyone else up here in Canada. And while there are certainly other more expensive recording devices out there that you can purchase, PLAUD's is by no means the most affordable on the market. The other thing very important to note if you're looking at a PLAUD device is that they do operate in some cases on a subscription basis. Now, with the purchase of either PLAUD device, you can analyze up to 300 minutes or 5 hours of recordings for free at no cost every month. However, to go up from there, you will need to get onto one of either their monthly or annual subscription plans. These start at about $10 US per month or $100 US per year. For me, most of the meetings that I take at my job are no more than 30 minutes, 20 minutes in length. So this 300 minute a month tier is perfect for me. I can take 20 individual meetings and record them and transcribe them for free without having to worry about running into a cap. But if you are somebody who's in a lot of meetings and you need something, say, like an unlimited transcription amount, there is going to be a fee for that. And at the time of this recording, their unlimited transcription plan is actually more expensive than the PLAUD device itself, coming in at $240 US per year. With all that being said though, I do think the PLAUD Note is the better deal of the two PLAUD devices on offer. The Note Pen, while it is far more compact and portable and can clip onto your clothing, say like this lavalier mic here from DJI, it doesn't do phone call recording, and it is the same price as the Note. So between the two, the Note has more function on deck and is the same price. So I would always recommend going with the product that's going to give you more bang for your buck, unless that form factor is absolutely the thing you need the most. Now, on the topic of phone call recording though, if you have an iPhone already, you might know that since iOS 18.1 came out, you can actually do phone call recording and transcription on device. And yes, it does work. However, I have found that the transcriptions from this on-device iOS recording is not nearly as accurate as what PLAUD software is doing. And it only works on phone calls and FaceTime calls. So if you are looking to analyze a meeting using, say, a voice note, the process is not nearly as smooth and seamless as it is with using the PLAUD. The summary coming out of the PLAUD device is just far more robust. It's just a far more seamless and quick workflow. Plus, in my experience, having the PLAUD on the table in front of me in a meeting to do the recording is far more neutral of a piece of tech than, say, having your iPhone. It's also way less distracting. So all in all, I think this is a super cool piece of tech. Granted, as long as you fall within a certain parameter, let's say. For me, I fall within the sweet spot where the 300-minute a month plan is perfect for accomplishing my needs. So while the cost of the device is a little steep up front at 220 Canadian dollars, like I said, or 150 US dollars, I'm not going to be incurring any recurring monthly subscription fees to continue to use this device for as long as I feel like. That said, if you are one of those people who's going to need one of those unlimited models, or even just, a few hundred more minutes per month of transcription room, then you have to start doing the math of whether or not the added cost per month or annually is worth it to you or not. So although I would still recommend you look at the PLAUD, whether the Note or the Note Pin, because it is really well built, it has a great set of capabilities and is super robust and well designed and easy to use, there might be another option out there at a different price point that is a better all-around solution for your needs based on what you're going to be using it for. But as always, what do you guys think? Do you love the PLAUD devices? Do you hate them? Do you have one of them? Let's have a conversation down in the comments below. Thank you to the team over at PLAUD for sending this device over for me to check out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys again soon in the next video.